So you're probably not going to make money as a real estate agent if you're not talking to prospects. Common sense, right? Well, unfortunately, an awful lot of agents sit around waiting on sphere of influence, past clients, unconverted leads, people like that already know them, like them, and trust them, hoping that's going to be enough business for them. We're going to talk a little bit about that today, and I'm going to show you a couple of little tricks that can help you tremendously in growing your income. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single week to help you in growing your real estate business. Coming to you today with my rear-facing camera on, so everything is backwards, the reverse mirror image thing. But I think you'll find the more prospects you're talking to, obviously, people looking to buy, sell, that type of thing, if you do it consistently, you're going to do very well. Now, when I say talking to them, that does not mean verbally with your voice. I think this is one of the big mistakes an awful lot of agents are making right now, trying to get people on the phone. You know what their least desirable way to speak is? Over the phone. Virtually anybody, by the way, millennials are in their 40s now. So anybody, any generation at all, their least desirable approach is by phone. As a matter of fact, sometimes you'll call people and they'll text you back because they just don't want to talk verbally. But you can talk to them via text. You can talk to them via email. You can talk to them via, I'm talking to you right now, and you don't have to talk back. It's not a two-way conversation. This is a monologue, not a dialogue. And if you start to get good at this and you get consistent with speaking to new people and providing helpful, educational, resourceful content for them, you are going to do really well. But consistency is the key. And that's true with absolutely anything in life. So let me give you an example. And I think this little analogy will make sense for you. If I go have a king-size Snickers candy bar today, which, by the way, those are freaking amazing. Let me know if you like Snickers as well. That's one of my favorites. If I have a king-size Snickers today, not much is going to happen to my weight. I've already had about 78 million of them, clearly. But nothing is going to happen to my weight if I have a king-size Snickers today. I might feel, I'll have the sugar rush, and then I'll be tired and ate too much and all of that stuff. But not much is going to happen. If I have a king-size Snickers every day for 60 days, you're going to know it. You will absolutely notice it if I have a king-size Snickers every day for 60 days because it compounds upon each other. So that would be something happening negatively because I do it all the time. Now, on the contrary, down the main road here from my neighborhood is a Sunoco gas station. It's probably almost 2 miles. If I were to walk to that Sunoco gas station just to get a bottle of water, okay? If I do that today, it's going to take me a long, long time. I'm going to be really slow. I'm not going to go as fast as I should. It's not going to be a power walk by any means, but I could make that 2 miles there and buy myself a bottle of water and make my 2 miles back. As a matter of fact, I'd probably drink the whole thing on the way back. If I do that today, very little will happen to my weight. Likely unmeasurable. I have a little bit of a suntan, but very little, and some dirty, sweaty clothes probably, right? But if I do it every single day for 60 days, it compounds upon each other, and you will see a noticeable difference. As a matter of fact, I would look like a completely different human. Not even speed walking, not even working really hard, but doing it consistently every single day. So when you look at what you're doing with Facebook marketing, with direct mail, with all of your current contacts and your sphere of influence, with your what we call your universe, your database of people that you're working with, for sell by owners, expireds, meeting with divorce attorneys in town that can refer business to you, meeting with probate attorneys in town that can refer business to you, going to all of these different people. We haven't even gotten into baby boomers and people that might be behind on their mortgage and all of these other niches. If you do it every day, and I'm not telling you to call them, I'm not telling you to door knock, because those are the two worst of all. If you gave them every option available, they would check all of them except those two. It is the least desirable approach. But if you contact them and you talk to them and you provide helpful content, not, do you have a realtor to help you when the time comes? That's not helping them at all. That's helping you. But if you do this and you have good, resourceful, helpful, educational information for them, they will naturally be attracted to you. And that's what a real follow up campaign is, by the way. It's not checking back in with them to see if you can get paid yet. That's not what a follow up campaign at all is at all. You might as well abbreviate that follow up as FU, because that's basically what they're going to say if you're calling to just try and get an appointment, if you're trying to pick up a client. But the fact is, if you're contacting them, email, direct mail, text message, video, QR code, going to something, however you're contacting them in a helpful and educational way where they feel like they're happy they receive that information from you, you're going to do very well. But the key is you can't do it for 2 days and wonder what happened. Don't join the gym if you're going to go work out twice, play on your phone most of the time you're there, and wonder why you didn't lose weight. Like literally go to the gym and weigh yourself the first day. What? I think you have a little bit of false expectations on how life works. If you go to the gym 2 days in a row and have the audacity to weigh yourself, that's not how this works. There is no immediate result. Well, the same is true in marketing. The same is true in sales. The same is true in everything we do with our follow-up. It's going to be consistent over time. And listen, 2 to 4 weeks, massive change, massive income, massive number of people that are willing to work with you. You can actually fill your database with people that are actively looking right now, qualified, motivated, serious about making a move. You can fill your database with those people, provided you do this consistently. And the advantage is we can hit a lot of people with the same message. We don't have to do individual messages one at a time to each person. No, we can have group messages. We can have them tagged. These are all for sale by owners. These over here are all expireds. These over here are recent divorce filings. These over here are recent marriage filings. All, if people have a life change, that's when they have a housing need change. And fortunately, all of that is public information. If I go down to my county, I can see all of the divorce filings. If I go down to my county, I can see all the marriage filings. If I go down to my county, I can see all the death certificates. If I go down to my county, I can see all the birth certificates. Anytime someone's going through a life change, they're going through a housing need change, and if my message makes sense for them, it won't work on day one. But it will work compounded over time. I promise you, you will not have a negative effect if you eat one Snickers. If you do it every damn day for 60 days, you are going to have a negative effect. I promise you, you won't have a positive effect by going on a walk. But if you do it every single day for 60 days, it will make a positive difference for you. So your business model should be designed around what am I going to do every day that I know these little things that I'm going to put in place. Because by the way, this takes you 20 minutes a day. So 20 minutes a day, if I consistently do that, and I'm hitting the right people, motivated people that are ready right now, and I have a good message for them, I'm going to make money. You know what happens when the agents that aren't making money try to get business going? They go out looking for prospects. So what they do is they go, I'm going to go door knocking. What are you looking for? Well, people want to sell their house. Okay, well, here's FSBOs and expireds and divorce filings and marriage filings. Every one of them's ready to sell their house. Now what? Now you don't have all of that time spent trying to find people. What are you going to knock on 1,000 doors to find 3 or 4 people that want to sell? Boom, here's 170 of them. Now what? Now you don't even need to put your shoes on. But you got to talk to them. And you got to talk to them on a consistent basis. And you have to provide helpful educational content. So don't ruin your days with activities that you think are going to be profitable when in reality it's just the illusion of movement. It makes you feel like you're doing something. That's not helping you at all. Now, by the way, incidentally, if you do door knocking, you might lose a little bit of weight. You might even get a tan, but you ain't selling no damn houses. You're not, imagine you're sitting at home right now and somebody knocks on your door. And you answer the door and they say, "Hi, this is Greg Luther. I'm a divorce attorney from right around the corner. Just wondering if you guys thought about getting a divorce anytime soon?" No? Do you know a friend or a family worker, a coworker, maybe somebody that would be looking to make a move? Here's my brochure. What are you doing? Even if I were looking to get a divorce, I wouldn't be using this guy because he's begging for business door to door. Homeless guys don't beg door to door. You got to go to them. So it's important for you to really think about the activities you're doing every day. If I do it every single day and I do it consistently, am I building value? Am I building trust, authority, and credibility over time where these people will look at me differently? They'll treat me like a professional. They'll pay me like a professional. And I won't be treated like a commodity. If you put yourself in a position where you're advertising on price, I'm cheaper than anybody, or you're going door to door or anything else, you're going to be treated like shit. Like that's how it's going to happen. So I want you to start looking at every single day, putting in the work that's needed to make a little bit of an impact, and then let that compound over time. If you do this and you start today and you give yourself, I'm not even going to say 60 days, give yourself 30 days of doing it every single day, talking to people. That does not mean calling them. As a matter of fact, many times if you call someone and they do accidentally get in a phone conversation with you, you know what they'll say? Well, can you email it to me? Yeah, can you shoot me a text with that info? Okay, that's their preferred way of talking. Why don't you do that? I personally, Greg Luther, have never called you. There's a whole bunch of people on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook channel that have worked with me for years. We've done business together for years. I have never, ever, ever called someone to try and make a sale. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. But I can communicate with you. Can you do that? Can you step yourself up as a business professional and talking to people without thinking you need to meet them in person or that you need to talk to them on the phone? A little bit different approach, especially if you've been licensed a long time. If you've been licensed over 10 years, that's the way we used to do business. We used to use the telephone. I mean, think about it. When you look at your phone individually, your device, talking on the phone is one of the last things you use it for. I called my son. My son just turned 23 years old, and I've been fighting a cold here. You can probably hear it. So I called my son the other day, and he didn't answer the phone, and he texted me back. Hey, what's up? I just want to talk to you, man. Wish you happy birthday. He said, oh, well, I don't really use my phone for that. I started thinking this is a guy damn near in his mid-20s now. They don't use their phone for talking. They use it for a lot of other stuff, but they don't really use it for that. How weird is that if we've been licensed for a long time? So yes, you should be talking to people, but you don't need to be talking to people via phone or via face-to-face or damn sure from knocking or whatever the case is. So change your approach, but be consistent with what you're doing. Business is going to happen for you. Let me know your thoughts on this. And let me know this. Would you commit to at least 30 days, not 26? Would you commit to at least 30 days, preferably 60, of just doing this every single day and building a list, get a herd of people so you can contact them on a consistent basis, provide value, and see what shakes out? If they have shown some sort of interest, you are going to make money. Would you commit to that? Let me know here. Drop a like, hit the little like button here as well, and make sure you're following the page. Let's make you some money as an agent. It's going to happen from consistency every single day. If it wasn't so cold, I would walk down to the gas station, but it's cold out. And then when it warms up, I'll say, oh, but it's raining out. Oh, and then when it's not raining, I'll say, oh, but it's cloudy out. I'll find all the reasons not to do it. Okay, you just don't get skinny. Same is true for your real estate business. I'm Greg Luther. We'll talk to you soon, and bye-bye for